Today we have some huge announcements, including the release of one of the greatest Pokemon that will ever be released in Pokemon Go history, Mega Rayquaza. Yes, it's actually happening, and it's going to seriously change this year's biggest event. And speaking of big events this year, I'll be hosting my very own in-person Shiny Luck Tour event, which is happening in New York City on August 17th, the day before New York City Go Fest, which, by the way, will be one of the first places to get the brand new Mega Rayquaza. Tickets for the Shiny Luck Tour event are live, and the link is in the description below. During the event, VIPs will be able to get onto my Pokemon Go friends list and be able to compete in a huge group challenge with a little cash prize. There will also be a vintage box break, event-exclusive merch, and a DJ performance by the one and only Trainer Tips. Again, the link is down in the description below. Go grab your tickets before they sell out, because we sold out Vegas earlier this year. We're gonna sell out New York 100%. Speaking of New York, huge changes are coming to the New York City and in-person and global Go Fest events, courtesy of Mega Rayquaza. And we finally have much more full information for the Go Fest events, including the global one, which we'll talk about later on in the video. Let's start first with how you can Mega Evolve your Mega Rayquaza, because it works completely differently than other Megas. Mega Rayquaza and the energy and brand new item needed to Mega Evolve to Mega Rayquaza will all be released during this year's Pokemon Go Fest events. First at the in-person events in New York City, Osaka, Japan, and London, then later in the month of August during the global Go Fest event. But to evolve your Rayquaza into Mega Rayquaza, you will need more than just energy. You'll need to teach your Rayquaza a brand new move, Dragon Ascent. In the main series games, this is one of the most powerful, overpowered moves ever, so to get it onto your Rayquaza will be key. But how do you get it? Not from raids, but from using a brand new item being introduced into the game called a Meteorite. 2023 seems like the year of new items in Pokemon Go. And how do you get Meteorites? They'll be available during Go Fest 2023 by completing specific special research. We'll talk about more of this in a little bit, because there's also some brand new bonuses coming to the game with the release of Mega Rayquaza, specifically for Mega Rayquaza. If you use this new Mega in a raid battle, every other Pokemon used by other people in the raid with you will all have their Pokemon's attack boosted. It does not have to be the same typing as Rayquaza, they will all be boosted. And people using Dragon, Psychic, or Flying attacks will have their damage even more boosted, which is much different than all other Mega and even Primal Pokemon in the game, which is exciting. Now, here is exactly how Mega Rayquaza will be released throughout this summer. As I said before, it will be released first at the in-person Go Fest events. Mega Rayquaza will be in raids all day long throughout the cities of the Go Fest events, specifically during event hours, but all day during event hours. And like with the Vegas Hoenn Tour event and the Primal Pokemon, you can complete these Mega Rayquaza raids globally through remote raids, but the only way to get Mega Rayquaza energy is by completing these raids while you have an active Go Fest ticket. And people who do have a Go Fest ticket will also have access to a special research storyline that will give Meteorites that you could use to teach your Rayquaza the brand new attack and then Mega Evolve it. Oh, and also speaking of that, if you purchase the Global Go Fest ticket before July 5th, you actually unlock a special research that gives you an encounter with Carbink. People are already catching it. I thought this Pokemon was just like exclusively released during the Go Fest events this summer, but I guess not. You can get a Carbink right now in Pokemon Go by getting your Go Fest ticket for the global event early before July 5th. So do that if you want it. I'll be doing it. Now, back to Mega Rayquaza. Again, the only people who can get this Pokemon are people who are attending the in-person Go Fest events, until the global one on August 27th. During the global event, Mega Rayquaza will be in raids throughout the event hours. Everyone can get it, whether you have a ticket to the event or not. If you do not have a Global Go Fest ticket, there will be a special research storyline available for you that weekend that will give you one single Meteorite, so you can get yourself one single Mega Rayquaza. But if you do buy the Global Go Fest ticket, then you do get a special research storyline with a bunch of Meteorites, so you can get a bunch of Mega Rayquaza. To get this research, you do have to log in on the event day, so be aware of that. Set a reminder for yourself. Oh, and I haven't even talked about how good is Mega Rayquaza in Pokemon Go. What is it even like? Okay, well, this freaking monster will have an insane max CP of 5,728. That's insane. And it will be a dual dragon and flying type, and it will have some of the highest attack stats in the game ever. This is going to be a very, very powerful, overpowered, amazing Pokemon. And it will just obviously be by far the best dragon-type Pokemon to ever exist in the game ever. But it's also easiest, the coolest Mega we'll ever have too, so a great thing to grab. Now, like I said before, there are also some major changes coming to the Go Fest events, both in person and global. And they're very important, starting with New York City, and specifically the spawns that will be happening during it. The in-person Go Fests will have habitats, which means certain parts of the park will spawn different kinds of Pokemon depending on the habitat. So in the prehistoric volcano habitat, we'll have spawns of Kangaskhan, Aerodactyl wearing a satchel, Dratini, Slugma, Cranidos, Shieldon, Darumaka, Archon, Axu, Heatmore, and Tyrunt and Tyrantrum, which those two cannot be shiny. In the Poison Swamp habitat, we'll have Zubat, Venonat, Tentacool, Surskit, Gulpin, Seviper, Scorpy, Venipede, Solipede, Pawniard, Skrelp, and Noibat. Then in the Cursed Treasures habitat, we'll have Ghastly, Gengar, Pinsir, Eevee, Snorlax, Nosepass, Sableye, Chimecho, Yamask, Clink, Golett, and Durant. And then finally, in the Athletic Field habitat, we'll have Voltorb, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, Shroomish, Makuhita, Hariyama, Spoink, Zangoose, Baltoy, Lucario, which can be shiny, that's insane, and Throw. And then in all habitats in New York, we'll also have unknown A, D, I, M, N, O, and exclamation point, all of which can be shiny. Exclamation point shiny is gonna be just obscenely rare. Oh, and also Sigilith will be spawning in all of the habitats which cannot be shiny. And we finally have information for the raids during Go Fest. In New York City, along with Mega Rayquaza, Xerneas and Yveltal will also be in the 5-star raids. And remember, you must have an active Go Fest ticket. Even if you're in New York City walking around, it doesn't count. You have to have an active Go Fest ticket to be able to get the meteorites and the Mega Energy for Rayquaza. We also have some updates for the Osaka and London Go Fest events, which are happening on the same weekend, unfortunately. In the Dark Jungle habitat, we'll have spawns of Zubat, Tangela, Heracross, Seviper, Plant Cloak, Burmy, Scorpy, Tangrowth, Purloin, Venipede, Dino, Pumpkaboo, and Dewpider. In the Fairy Garden habitat, we'll have Bulbasaur, Jigglypuff, Oddish, Hoppip, Seedot, Cacnea, Petalil, Spritzy, Aromatisse, Swirlix, and Dedenne. In the Hypnotic Glacier, we'll have Seal, Shelder, Galarian Mr. Mime, Jinx, Snorlax, Snowy Castform, Galarian Darumaka, Elgyem, Cubchoo, Amora, Bergmite, and Avalugg. Then in the Volcanic Island habitat, we'll have Charmander, Charizard, Squirtle, Costume Aerodactyl, Dratini, Mantine, Surskit, Nosepass, Corphish, Lucario, Durant, and Inkay. Then in all of the habitats, there will be unknown ADIMNO, exclamation point, and then also Sigilith. And then finally, we have some updates for the Global Go Fest event, including some seriously important details, raids, all event bonuses, all the good stuff. Again, finally. So if you're debating if you should or shouldn't buy a Global Go Fest ticket, because it is $15 this year, here's everything that you're gonna get during this 2-day event, because it is a 2-day event. And after we explain this, I'll give my opinion on if this is worth buying or not. Okay, as previously mentioned, every single person who logs in during the days of Go Fest will get a special research storyline that will give them one single meteorite, whether they bought the ticket or not. And that will give you, again, one single Mega Rayquaza. And during the Day 1 Go Fest event, there will be 4 rotating habitats. In the Quartz Terrarium habitat, we'll have Clefairy, Clefable, Lickitung, Heracross, Miltank, Wurmple, Whismur, Skitty, Luvdisc, East Sea Shellos, Baniri, Licky, Audino, Fungus, and Morlul. In the Pyrite Sands habitat, we'll have Sandshrew, Sandslash, Alolan Diglett, Psyduck, Girafarig, Shuckle, Trapinch, Gibble, Hippopotas, Timber, Joltik, Binnacle, Helioptile, Heliolisk, and Grubbin. In the Malachite Wilderness, we'll have Caterpie, Pikachu wearing a Malachite crown, Bellsprout, Weepinbell, Scyther, Snorlax, Spinarak, Remoraid, Roselia, Roserade, Snover, Cottony, Ferroseed, Stunfisk, Fomantis, and Oranguru, oh my god. Then finally, in the Aquamarine Shores habitat, we'll have Pikachu wearing an Aquamarine crown, Horsey, Lapras, Marill, Wobbuffet, Carvana, Sharpedo, Barboach, Bagon, Beldum, Metagross, West Sea Shellos, Woobat, Timple, Goomy, and Marini. And we finally have the raid information, which Pokemon will be featured in the raids. In the 1-star raids, we'll have Pikachu wearing a Quartz, Pyrite, Malachite, and Aquamarine crown. All 4 Costume Pikachu will be in the 1-star raids, along with Goomy, which will be shiny for the first time ever. In the 2-star raids, we'll have Carbink. 3-star raids will have Snorlax wearing a cowboy hat. It is back. The Primal raids will feature Primal Kyogre and Groudon. They are back, but they're only going to be available from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. local time between the 2 event days. So 2 hours of Primal spawns, definitely get these raids while you can, because they're both amazing Pokemon and the energy is very valuable. We also have information for the Global Go Fest bonuses, which include 6 special trades per day, special 7-kilometer catches, up to 9 free raids per day from spinning gyms, lure modules will last 1 hour, 2 times friendship bonus damage in raids, so if you're raiding with your friends, the raids will be easier to take down, field research themed around each habitat, remote raid limit will be increased to 20 raids per day, the prices aren't being brought down, but at least we can do 20 in a day, I guess, and there will be special snapshot encounters featuring an exclusive Pokemon, which they're probably going to keep secret until the event begins, or until I find out, so make sure to subscribe here to the channel to get all of the best news and updates for Pokemon Go in the fastest time. And there's also a bunch of Pokemon that are getting their exclusive moves during the Global Go Fest event. Butterfree will get Bug Bite, Sandslash will get Night Slash, Clefable gets Pound, Flygon gets Earth Power, Salamence gets Outrage, which is important for Mega Salamence, Metagross gets Meteor Mash, one of the most meta-relevant moves in Pokemon in the game, Roserade gets Bullet Seed and Weather Ball, and Licky Licky gets Body Slam. It's important to know that you have to evolve to these Pokemon to get the moves. You cannot use a TM to get them, unless you're going to use an Elite TM, which you can use whenever you want. Oh, and also during the Global Go Fest event, there will be a special research storyline happening on Saturday that will give an encounter with the brand new mythical Deoncé. Then on Sunday, there will be another special research storyline, which will be focused on Mega Energy and on the meteorites for Mega Rayquaza, which kind of overall means you're only going to be able to Mega Evolve one, if not a handful of your Rayquaza, so choose wisely. And when it comes down to, is this Go Fest event worth the $15? My answer pretty much every year is always a yes. I think this is a fantastic event. There's a lot of new shinies being released, there's new spawns, there's unknowns, there's Mega Rayquaza, there's primals are back, there's a whole lot going down. And it's going to be just a really, really fun 2 days of Pokemon Go, especially if you can meet up with friends and go out to a fun location to be able to play this. I think it's worth it. And that's all the information we have for the Global Go Fest events and Mega Rayquaza in Pokemon Go. Remember, the Shiny Luck Tour event tickets are down in the description below. If you're in New York that weekend, come by, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.